friends, back for another at-home workout. So one thing before I get into that, if you're watching this and you have yet to check your email, Sunday night at 5:30 we sent out an email in regards to a bunch of things that we're going to start implementing this week. So make sure you read that, and if you have questions, let us know. But otherwise, let's go to the Metcon. So similar to what's like the general class program, so we have a 4-time workout, 21, 15, 9 push press, and then V-ups or sit-ups. So you'll do 21 push press, 21 V-ups, then 15 push press, 15 V-ups, and then 9. As soon as you've completed this portion of the workout, you'll rest for 5 minutes. It's once that 5 minutes, so say it takes you 3.5 minutes to do this, that's really fast, but it takes you 3.5 minutes. Then when that clock gets to 8.5 minutes, that's your 5-minute rest, you will complete the 9, 15, 21 of squat jumps and sumo deadlift high pulls. So it'll be 9 of squats, 9 sumo deadlift high pulls, and then 15 of each, and then 21 of each. So this one you're going down, this one you're going up. The movements do change. So we're gonna demo what each one of those looks like. So I'm gonna demo, you've probably seen me demo a lot of these before, but we have a new element today. We have a wall ball. So we're gonna show you how to demo some of these with those. So we're gonna go through, I'm gonna go all the way through, I'm gonna show you the push press, and then we'll go from there. So with the wall ball, you guys have all done push presses before, so keep it in that front rack, elbows in front, don't let that ball drop too low. So it's just gonna be dip, drive through, push your head through at the top. Dumbbells, we've demoed quite a few of these, but start with those heads on your shoulders, keep your elbows out in front, don't let those elbows flare at the side. Dip, drive, push your head through. If you have doing this workout with a kettlebell, just depending on the weight of your kettlebell, if it's a little bit lighter, I would recommend maybe doing 21 on each arm. If that's a little heavy, maybe you do 15 on each arm. If it's like a 35 and you're a female or it's like a 53 and you're a male, you might want to just split that in half and do like 10 on one, 10 on the other. So if you're doing kettlebell push press, make sure that elbow stays out in front. I don't want to see that arm out here when you dip and drive. Keep it in front, let that dumbbell rest on your bicep or rest on the side of your arm rather than resting on your bicep. So it's gonna be dip, drive, and as I turn, it's gonna turn. So that kettlebell's almost, it's like rotating. When I get to the top, switch, it's just sitting on the side, it's not resting. Rotate all the way through. Same thing with that backpack. You can use a backpack just like you did the wall ball. It can be here and in front with both arms, or you can do that single arm just like we were doing. But you gotta figure out how to hold that, which way is gonna be a little bit easier. I would say probably both arms is gonna be an easier thing with that backpack. Sit-ups and V-ups. So sit-ups, I think we've just done recently. You can have your feet planted, you can butterfly, those range of motion standards, hands touch the ground, you come all the way through, my shoulders past my hip crease, touching my feet or the floor. V-ups, starting in that hollow position, my lower back's in the ground, my shoulders are off. I'm gonna come up for that V-up. If you're unable to do V-ups, we can do those sit-ups that I just demoed. So those are the two movements for that first AMRAP, or that first 21, 15, 9 Metcon. The second one is going to be squat jumps and sumo deadlift high pull. So for those squat jumps, you're going to start in a squat, so you're going to go below parallel, and as you come out of it, you're going to jump right back into that next squat jump. So as you jump, you want to come back and catch in that good athletic position, and don't jar your legs, catching with straight legs. Sumo deadlift high pulls. With each one of these pieces of equipment, so we got the wall ball, keeping that chest up, coming through. This one's a little bit different because you don't have your hands close, so they're going to be turned out. So do the best you can. If you need to, you can turn it into a med ball clean if you really need to. If you have a dumbbell, I would just use ideally one dumbbell. I wouldn't necessarily go from the floor if it puts you in a bad position. So if you need to go just to mid shin here, then you can still get me that sumo deadlift high pull, because I'm not all the way to the ground. If I went all the way to the ground, it puts me in an improper position. So just use your best judgment what feels good. Kettlebell, that one's gonna be a little bit easier. You can go from the ground because it has more length to it. So I'm gonna start here, pop my hips, pull my elbows up. So remember, on all sumo deadlift high pulls, I'm gonna squeeze my butt. I'm coming to about hip height. I'm gonna let my arms straighten before I come back and bend over. Starting to get winded, just demoing. It's gonna be a good workout. These are gonna be that same thing. If you need to, for me, I think it's gonna be easier to hold my backpack on the side. So I'm gonna turn my backpack over, chest up, high pull. So it allows me to still keep my hands together, my elbows up. So that's Metcon for today. Again, you can comment, message a coach if you have any questions.